In the land of Egypt, a new Pharaoh had risen, one who did not remember Joseph or the good he had done for Egypt. He looked upon the growing population of the Israelites with fear, believing they were becoming too strong. To weaken them, he forced them into harsh slavery. But the more the Israelites suffered, the more they multiplied, and this angered Pharaoh even more. In cruelty and fear, Pharaoh made a terrible decree. Every Hebrew baby boy must be thrown into the Nile River. It was a time of terror for every expectant Israelite mother. In this dangerous season, a Levite woman named Jochebed gave birth to a beautiful baby boy. From the moment she saw him, she recognized that this child was special, destined for something greater. She refused to let him die. For 3 months, she hid him in her home, risking her life every single day. But the child grew, and it became impossible to hide his cries any longer. With courage and sorrow mixed together, Jochebed crafted a small basket, coated it with tar and pitch so it would float, and placed her baby gently inside. She set the basket on the riverbank among the reeds, trusting that somehow God would take over where she could not. Nearby, the baby's older sister Miriam hid and watched, her eyes fixed on the drifting basket. At that very moment, Pharaoh's daughter came down to the river to bathe. She spotted the basket and sent one of her maids to retrieve it. When she opened it and saw the crying baby, her heart softened. She knew he was a Hebrew child, one her father had ordered to be killed, but compassion overpowered cruelty. Miriam quickly stepped forward and boldly asked, "Shall I go and call a Hebrew woman to nurse the child for you?" Pharaoh's daughter agreed. In a beautiful twist of fate, the woman Miriam brought was Jochebed herself. Pharaoh's daughter told her, "Take this child and nurse him for me, and I will pay you." The mother, who feared losing her son, was now being paid to raise him, protected by the very household that sought his destruction. When the child grew older, Jochebed brought him to Pharaoh's daughter, who adopted him as her own son. She named him Moses, saying, "Because I drew him out of the water." And so, the child who was supposed to die in the Nile grew up in the palace of Egypt, educated like a prince, trained in wisdom, language, leadership, and strategy, everything he would one day need to lead God's people to freedom. The story of Moses began with fear, faith, and divine protection. His survival was not accidental. It was destiny unfolding quietly in a basket by the river.